fountain of life. A collection of live recorded sermons from His Grace Bishop Emilianos of Meloa, aiming to make us fountains of the Holy Spirit. Here is today's message.
I'd like to welcome Deacon Athanasios today in Αγία Παρασκευή with the blessing of His Eminence Archbishop Makarios. He came from Western Australia, and God willing, when His Eminence will visit us, he will be ordained and become your parish priest. We heard in the Holy Gospel today about the 10 lepers, how there were 10 people very sick, and they asked Christ to be cured, and He cured them. They were healed. But there are a few details in the Holy Gospel we should pay attention to. So, when Christ told them, "Go and show yourself to the priests that you are cured, to be released in the community," they were not cured. So, out of faith and out of obedience, they started walking towards the city, because they were not allowed to enter the city if they were lepers, and on the way there they were cured, meaning they were cured out of their obedience and out of their faith. If they were to think to themselves, He tells us to go and show ourselves to the priests, but we're still sick, how will this work? And if they were to stay where they were, they would never have been cured. But they did. They had faith, they had obedience, all 10 of them. And they went and they were cured. But then we see that only one of them turned back to give thanks to Christ for the healing. What happened to the other 9 people? Usually this is the case with us. We ask for something in our prayers, something very important, and we ask with all our heart. We get it, and then we take the gift and we run. We run away from God. We forget to say thank you to God. And what do? We make this gift our God. So this could be a request about health, a request about fertility, a request about anything which is very important to us. We get the gift, it's given to us, and we forget about God, and we focus on the gift. But there is something even worse that we could do, and we need to be aware of. And I will give you an example of our today's society. So there is this pandemic, and I'm not going to get into if we should be vaccinated or not. Just a simple thing, that there is a request, whoever enters a church should wear a mask. If we don't do so because we forgot or because of health issues, that's fine. But if we don't do so willingly, this shows that we only care about ourselves. So God has given us our health, God has given us everything, and we ignore our neighbor. We don't even think that we might cause anxiety to someone who's sensitive on the topic. In my opinion, such people should not even go for Holy Communion. Why? Because they are full of themselves. And when we are full of our ego, we can't go for Holy Communion. And I will tell you a small story. Once there was a lady, she went for confession, and she told her spiritual father, "I have nothing to confess." Her spiritual father was a very lenient one. You could tell him that I killed someone, and he would let you go for Holy Communion in time. But to this lady straight away he said, "I'm sorry, but you're not allowed to go for Holy Communion. And she asked why. He said, because Holy Communion is to help the ones that they need help. Clearly, you don't. So you should not go for Holy Communion. She left upset. A while after, she met the same clergyman in church. She went up to him and she said, "Do you remember me?" And he couldn't, because he has seen thousands of people in his life. She said, "I'm the one that came for confession and I had nothing to confess." And the clergyman asked, "Do you still have the same opinion about yourself?" And she said, "No, I think there are a few things I need to confess." And then he told her, "Now you should go for Holy Communion because you understand that you need help from Christ." So if anything, in this day of age that things are very fragile and very dangerous, we should not focus into what we believe. We should focus on the others and on God. Otherwise, we don't help anyone. We don't even help ourselves. We don't even help our own salvation. But without understanding it, we make people around us very uncomfortable. And that's not a virtue. And it's something we need to think about. Thank you.